Hi, I'm Mary Phillips. This is Peyton. I'm gonna be showing you a natural polished look on Peyton. She has beautiful brows. We're just gonna kind of clean them up a little bit. So I'm gonna start with the brow and lash brush and brush her brows up. And next I'm gonna take the angled brush and spoolie, the little brow powder, and I just use this puff so I'm not like resting my hand on her face. So I always like to kind of make myself a little stencil. I'm gonna actually start by drawing the line of where I want them to start. I always kind of use this line like right where kind of like the nostril curves, and I just go straight up. I don't mind if people have like hairs inside this. Anything that's gonna be on the outside of this, it's gonna look too far apart. And then you want them to end. There's like this imaginary line from like your nose to the corner of your eye and out. And then the arch, you want it to be right outside the pupil. And then I'm just gonna kind of make my shape. And you can make this a little bigger than the shape you want. That's actually probably a little safer, because then you definitely probably won't take anything out that you wanna keep. And I'm using this angled brush with the spoolie. This brush is really amazing. It's like the hairs are nice and fine, so you can create like really good hair strokes on it, as well as outline. So I just made like a rough stencil. Now I'm gonna go in with my slant tweezer and I'm gonna take the stuff on the outside of the stencil away. And I like to start at the top of the brow and just kind of clean up all these little strays. This slant tweezer is great. The tip is hand filed and it really just grabs every little hair. So one thing you always wanna make sure that you do when you're tweezing is you wanna make sure you grab the hair as close to the root as possible and also pull in the direction of the hair growth. So I'm gonna take the shaping brow brush and just kind of dust it with translucent powder. Not only does it like kind of get rid of all the hairs I'm tweezing, but it also kind of sticks to any of those little baby hairs I can't see, and it makes them more visible. Okay, now I'm gonna go underneath the brow and just get anything really far away from that line first. I'm gonna work my way up. And I'm gonna take the brow shaping brush again with a little powder. Now there's a couple little guys right there, so I'm gonna use my point tweezer to grab those. So the point tweezer is amazing for grabbing like these little tiny fine baby hairs. Also those ones that are kind of like peeking out through the skin, but you can't really grab them. These ones will get that done. So both of these tweezers I'm using on Peyton are amazing. They are both stainless steel. They're totally sanitizable. They're great to have in your kit as well as at home. Okay, so I'm gonna start filling them in a little bit more. So I'm taking the angled brush and just gonna kind of make like little hair strokes. This brush is amazing because it's really narrow, so you can really get those little hair strokes, and then brush with the spoolie and just blend it all together. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to this side now and just kind of do the same thing. You just wanna kind of go through in the direction that the hair is growing and make little hair strokes. It gives it like texture and definition and kind of creates the illusion that the brows are a little thicker. And now I'm just kind of like perfecting the shape. I'm just kind of going where she is a little sparser. I'm just adding a little extra powder because it is harder to get, you know, things to stick in the areas where there's not a lot of hair. I'm also gonna take this flat brush and spoolie with a little bit of concealer on it, and I'm gonna kind of run it along that line we made earlier, just to kind of give it a little bit of highlight. This flat brush is great for getting this like nice sculpt on this brow because it's nice and dense and really lays the concealer right onto the skin, and you can get super close. And then I'm gonna take the brow shaping brush and blend this out. This brush is great for blending. The brushes are really dense and it's rounded, so you're not gonna get any hard edges with this. Now I'm gonna take the brow and lash brush with some brow gel on it and just comb through it. This brush is great because it just goes right through the brows, separates them in the perfect way, and gets them to stand up. And now we have a complete look. We just really gave Peyton a good cleaning, didn't trim anything, just gave her this beautiful, natural, and polished looking brow.